This is your all-new 2022 Honda Civic sedan, 11th generation, Canada's best-selling car for 23 years. There's a lot to like, so let's get right into it. So, LED day runners, standard fare, LED headlights, standard fare. It is a much more minimalistic look compared to the 10th generation, which had a lot of creases in the sheet metal. I like this look so much better. Top trim touring is what I have, so that's how you get the LED fog lights. Really like how the turn signal is one big long strip there, and this is where it's off, so that is your nice day runner. You got a nice cool pattern there. Again, very minimalistic look up front. Looks like an Accord, and there's definitely a design continuum there. There's the front quarter look. Again, lots of minimalism here. I like what Honda has done. The rims, I like them and I don't. I like them because from here, if you focus on the actual metal parts, it's got the classic 5-spoke, which I absolutely love if you've seen any one of my videos. However, if you get closer up, there are the 5 Y spokes in between the 5 rims, 5 stars. Nah, I don't care for it. But in the dark or at dusk, it looks so good. Just a very beautiful, elegant look, minus the Y stuff. Top trim does get the turn signal in the side mirror, body color door handles, keyless entry, so you just touch those 2 buttons. That's locking and unlocking. Going with the rear quarter look, it's got a nice streamlined look. Nice gentle slope around the ridge, looks so sharp. Again, to me, it's a little baby Accord, and if this is the way Honda's going for future designs, I am completely on board. Here's my irk with anything else. Just spend the extra few bucks and make this into an LED turn signal, even for the top trim touring. Just do it. Anyway, you can see the design continuum here with the rear lights following that same kind of horizontal and then vertical drop on the side. You may not care about this, but I do. It's not entirely straight, the word Civic. It kind of follows part of that line going down. I'll back up a little bit and give you a better look. I know, I've got a need for symmetry, so that's just how I roll. There's a rear look for you. There are twin tailpipes, no finishers, so you can barely see them. They're there. All right, so opening the trunk, super easy, just one touch button. And to show you an idea of space, I have 2 cats in case anyone didn't know that. So here's some boxes of litter, just taking out some of the space. A little over 400 liters. I think it's down 8 or 6 liters from last year's model. No big deal. And you got Civic in there as well. So closing that up, it looks really sharp. Again, I like the look of what Honda has done with the Civic, and I hope it carries on through all of their future designs. Let's look at the rear seats. So top trim gets 3-stage heated seats. There's 1, 2, 3. Pretty good, as opposed to just either on or off. I'm all the way up, I'm all the way back. And can I sit behind myself? Absolutely. Look at all that space that I have there. So pretty good for the left passenger, for the right passenger in the rear. Middle seat, good, not great. You got no vents back here, no big deal, but you do get power sources. So 2 USBs here, 2 USBs up front. So 80% of your passengers will absolutely have USB power. So let's go up front. I know. Okay, so door panel, pretty good, pretty clean. Fingerprint central with the hard plastic here, piano black, doesn't matter. This is interesting. You have your trunk release. It's a nice big button. Usually most manufacturers tuck them in here, but I'm happy that it's on the door. Nice big button. This is a little weird. It's a bit of a challenge to get the bottle in and out. Definitely not a deal breaker at all, but just something to notice. Power seats here. So basically up, down, left, right, and the seat back goes down. Really solid thigh bolsters, even better side bolsters. The seats just have this nice clean look to them, no inserts, no other colors, so well done Honda on that. Top trim touring, as I mentioned, we get a full digital dash, and Honda up in the game, looking really sharp here. And it's a minimalistic button setup, so left and right for your tracks, volume, and that controls what's on that side. And this little thing controls what's on this side. So again, easy setup, and there's all your cruise control stuff. Got your paddle shifters, got your light controls. I like this. Actually, I'll show it to you. Well, there's this, which is the vent control. So left, right, up, and down. It's got a little joystick, really sharp there. And what I like the most is how they've done it all the way across here. It's so good. It cleans it up. It makes it look, again, very minimalistic. And you have your hard touch button here for your 4-way flashers. But again, just this being very joystick-ish, and it's such a clean and terrific look. HVAC, almost as good as Mazda's. Mazda wins for me because they have that minimalistic look all the time above the new design language. But you got your heated seats here. Got your temperature controls and fan speed. And the cool thing here, a big perk,
there's a little digital screen in the middle, on and off, just like that, and it's textured on the side, so it feels premium and higher class than previous Civics. You can see here fingerprints on the piano black. Again, don't really care for that myself. The top trim does get wireless charging. You got a USB port there, power source there, and that's your airbag notice there. Gear shifter, not bad. PRND, nice and simple. No L, no shifting over into manual shifting. It's perfect. Don't ever change Honda. Got your cup holders, drive modes, automatic start on off, parking brake, and your brake hold. So everything is centralized in this column right here, and I absolutely love it. Nice big infotainment system, typical Honda. It's easy to navigate, easy to go through, very responsive. Hard touch buttons on the left side, so home, back, and yep, there's that volume control, because, well, after all the fuss they went through from journalists and other consumers, I don't think that will ever leave. This isn't an Irk. Well, it kind of is an Irk. It's a half. The last generation Civic storage system. You could go forwards and backwards. You open it up, and there's a whole nother section here with it. But this year, they've gone traditional. On the road with the 2022 Civic sedan. I say that because there's a hatchback, an SI, and pretty soon there's going to be a Type R. But let's stick with the sedan because that's the only thing that I can really speak to. So on the top trim Touring, you get a 1.5 turbo for 180 horsepower, 177 pound-feet of torque. On the LX, EX, and Sport trims, it's a 2-liter engine with your horsepower and torque figures being in the mid-100s. I hope this becomes the volume seller. It's very rare that a top trim does end up being the volume seller. I think it's going to be either the Touring, sorry, not the Touring, the Sport, or the EX, but spring for the extra little bit of money, a little bit of extra money per month, and get the bigger engine. And I say that because I find it to be adequately powered as is. I imagine with lower torque and horsepower figures, it won't be as lively as what the Touring is. Now, it's not lightning fast at all. Like, it's still a Civic, and it's not meant to do the whole go fast thing. It's Canada's best-selling car for the past 23 years. People use this for its functionality and for the longevity of the Honda brand, and specifically the Civic. But I found the acceleration over almost 1,800 kilometers worth this week to be exactly where it needs to be. Yes, with the CVT, the engine gets a little whiny the harder you kick down on the gas pedal, but that's the case for any CVT engine, or even any regular geared engine for that matter. So cornering handling, I think it does fairly well. It's a sedan, so it's got a lower center of gravity, and you just have that closer connection to the road. I don't think anyone's going to be running and gunning a Civic sedan, but know that, you know, if you've got to make a sharp turn or you need to kind of just get out of a potential collision situation, the specific top trim Touring will do so easily. I'm sure the LX, EX, and Sport will also do well as far as giving you that little extra boost, but again, more horsepower, more torque, higher power figures will get you to where you're going a little faster. Let's jump into the world of fuel consumption. So just like last generation, 46.9 liter fuel tank, and it runs on 87 octane. Cool thing is, even with a turbocharged engine, which is what I have here, it still takes 87 octane. So well done, Honda, on that. In liters per 100 kilometers, we are at 7.6 on the city streets, 6.1 on the highway, and our blended total comes out to 6.9. I'm at 6.8, and I'm almost at 1,800 kilometers. That included a Mississauga to Montreal and back road trip, which ate up about 1,200 kilometers worth. So during the highway portion, I had it way down. I think it was 6.1, 6.0. But when I came back to the city and did a bunch of short drives and more of the urban field drives, that's why it's climbed back up, because, you know, traffic, stoplights, stop signs, and that's just how it goes. Let's jump into safety, and here's where Honda wins. Almost everything on the safety side comes standard. The low-speed braking does not come standard. That's only on the top trim, but automatic high beams, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, traffic sign recognition. There's a list on the screen, as you can see, and these are all standard, regardless if you're going base model for the mid-20s or top trim for the low 30s. I think it's 30,000 to 50 or 300 to get this top trim Touring. So to get all that value for such a low price, Honda's done it really, really well here. Seats extremely comfortable, and that contributes to the comfort of the drive quality for me. Just to loop back into the drive before I wrap this up, I had no driver fatigue on my Montreal road trip. I had no driver fatigue sitting in traffic. These seats, again, very strongly bolstered on the thighs and on your sides. It really keeps you in place. So Honda's done a really good job here. It's gonna wrap it up for the 2022 Honda Civic sedan. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to get you answers as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the support, and feel free to subscribe and feel free to tell somebody about the channel who you think might be interested in what I do. Until I see you next time, be well, be healthy, be safe.